Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is June 8th, 2024. Howard, how are you spending the summer?
I'm traveling a lot, but home base Coronado for the summer, but I've got to go. I went for a run on the beach today. Oh, it's a lot of June gloom.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm like 20 minutes east from where you are, and it's sunny.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't had much sun here. I don't care, but the weather's great. And but I'm excited for the summer, buddy. So let's walk through the markets here.
Yeah, so last week, the large cap indices, the S&P, the QQQ, they made another new all-time highs. Big breakouts on Wednesday here, followed by a couple tight range consolidations. And yet, when that happened, when that new all-time high was hit, we saw more stocks hitting new 52-week highs than 52-week lows than 52-week highs. So there's definitely some breadth divergences that are developing. And we can see them, more clearly when we look at the Russell 2000 breaking below its 50-day moving average, and it's been stuck in a range for quite some time. And in the same for micro caps, also breaking below their 50-day moving average, and mid caps as well. So we continue to have that small group of stocks basically carrying the weight and masking weakness in many stocks under the surface. What else can we talk about? Obviously, a big factor here is interest rates. So they've been pulling back for a while until Friday, when the jobs report came super hot, way above estimates, and interest rates spiked again. And if you look at the futures market, like the market is not pricing in any rate cuts this year anymore, with the jobs market being that hot and inflation being a little bit higher than expected as well. Obviously, that thing can change in a week or two. These are moving targets, but interest rates have a huge impact on the price action in small caps, in financials in general, in biotech, in solar, in home builders, and even in cryptocurrencies as well. Because on Friday we also saw a sell-off in cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, it's continuing today, Saturday.
So interest rate, their hand is long. And in addition to interest rates, you're also paying attention to the US dollar, also super strong on Friday. Obviously, now with so many other central banks already doing rate cuts, the Bank of Canada cuts, also ECB, the European Bank cuts, and which is helping the dollar to be stronger. And when the dollar is strong, anything commodity related is under pressure. We saw that
Gold sold off.
sell off in gold, and not only gold, but many other commodities. And for example, if you look at the Latin America index, ILF, which is mostly commodity related, like you can see how it's been.
It looked like it was going to break out. Yeah, I definitely.
It broke down, and here's a weekly. So I mean, it's stuck in a range, obviously, but definitely here the strength of the US dollar is
real.
Is a serious headwind for them.
Yeah.
I was going to also mention Mexico, since they just had a new presidential election. They just elected their first woman president, so congratulations. But she's from
she's Jewish.
Kind of a left. Yeah, she's Jewish too, and actually her grandmother
Let me see. Go
is
back to
Bulgarian.
Mexico was doing so much better than
Her
everybody.
grandmother is Bulgarian, Howard. She moved to either grandmother or mother. They moved to.
That's the end of the world. A Jewish Bulgarian. We're fucked.
She moved to school, but
Whoa, that's a they were in a
I
really,
mean, she represents the left party, so I guess the market is expecting higher taxes, and they don't like that. So,
yeah.
uh,
Well, I
pulling
mean,
back,
if you're indexing, right? Like I say, I use if pull up frep.com, which touting my own if you
correct?
yeah, just touting our own portfolio company. But like I mean, if you're under a couple hundred grand in the market and not like doing very simple indexing, I mean, I get it. Like they're out competing against guys like you. I don't even want to do that. But there's just so many ways to just take advantage of what's really the undercurrent. Go back to in the charts. I mean, what do you got? NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple are bigger than the
Yeah,
whole chain. They're bigger, so you have to start thinking about like law of large numbers, right? So NVIDIA is 3 trillion.
it's bigger than Apple officially.
Yeah, but it's 3 trillion. So you've got like 8 trillion. Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA is 8 trillion, which is bigger than the whole
9
Chinese
trillion actually, 9 trillion, the three of
entry.
them.
So it's bigger than the whole Chinese internet market, maybe the whole stock market there. I don't know. I don't know how you think about things in that world. Like NVIDIA seems unstoppable, but it's also not talking directly to customers like Apple is. So, but how do you get bearish when $9 trillion of market cap looks bullish? So if you like, it doesn't matter what the rest of the world's doing. These are like planets. So you want to short the market into NVIDIA, Apple's, like the Apple chart looks great. Like what
Apple, yeah, is setting up for a potential breakout. It's a big
weren't the
base.
technicians just saying it was like again, like
It's been stuck in a range, and now it's
yeah, it's stuck in
slowly,
a range, but
yeah,
it's hasn't launched anything, and they've had a flop and haven't had an AI presence. And I think the market's saying it has nothing to do with AI. It has everything to do with who's got the distribution power. And Apple and Google have the mobile phone and the camera and the apps. And in the end, Siri, when they finally cut a deal with ChatGPT and Google, so if we go back to Apple, when Siri finally does that, who are they going to like when you talk to Siri and go pick a song, they're going to sell, Spotify and it's going to have to pay a lot of money for that song to be served from Spotify. So I think whoever controls the platform, good, I'm not saying it's good or bad, it's just is. So you just look at Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, and I don't know, like if you're not indexing, you got to be really good. And what if the index are having a great year.
yeah.
And
The S&P sold up 12% already, so yeah.
yeah, so like microcap look good, international look good, and then boom, I mean, you really own international when you own Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google. You're kind of diversified. So I don't know. It's a really tough market unless you're truly on it like yourself, doing it for a living and trading. So I don't have a feel for trading below the megas. You're doing fine owning the megas, and
Yeah, the top five are basically 15, more than $15 trillion of market cap.
18 trillion. So it's like until you see weakness in them. And that's just going to come from overall selling because everybody's indexed up. So I don't know what brings that selling. So you're probably right. It's interest rates that will eventually drive just law of large numbers in those things. So, I don't really have any big insights, right? Like there's still a lot of speculation. The and I think a lot is going to come down to the tax plan. Um,
Yeah.
it's going to come down to interest rates.
I mean, remember a month ago when people found
Crypto
out
seemed
that,
like, yeah, because Trump threw his lot in behind crypto. And then, Biden's like anti-crypto. Like, again, I don't know, like, what do crypto people have so much freedom as it is, they do whatever the hell they want. It's not like anybody's really stopping them. So I don't know why they've become political. Um, you know, so again, yeah, and then you throw in the semiconductors like you have up here. I mean,
Yeah, it's very
how do you
strong win for
short
them.
this? I mean, maybe you're a great trader and you short this, but this doesn't look like something you get short.
Yeah, unless it's really short term. I was gonna,
Yeah, so traders for sure, but I mean, 95 relative strength, um,
yes,
endless.
some of them are setting up like AMAT kind of setting up near all-time highs,
Yeah,
AORC at,
unlike 2000 and like 99, when Cisco, all their customers were bankrupt. You know, NVIDIA's customers, all the customers, like the 15 trillion of mega caps paying each other is with cash.
yeah, they
It's
have a
not
lot
like
of
they're
money.
borrowing money to pay NVIDIA, or they have to pay NVIDIA. And guess what? They have the cash to pay NVIDIA. So it's not going to be like defaults in the system. So what makes this so difficult to like game in terms of trading, and that's why I'm indexing more than ever. And I've been saying this for I don't know, a year. But how do you call talk when everybody has cash to back up? Like even Elon Musk, he's got like 6 different companies that he can shell game to pay for compute. Okay, so you want to argue what he's doing is illegal or whatever. You want to argue that he's an ass and he's playing company over. The point is he's got 6 companies that can afford to pay cash for compute. So I think semiconductors have a bid because everybody needs them. You look at Taiwan Semiconductor, you pulled up AMAT. What was the other one out of Amsterdam? ASML,
Yeah,
that makes, they're like the Boeing of semiconductors. I mean, it's unbelievable company. You go look at the monthly, look at the breakout here.
yeah, new all-time highs. Yeah,
Yeah, new all-time highs. Again, market cap, like it's hard for me to like fathom the market cap, but like, okay, and then you pull up iSurge, like which had a huge breakout that I was talking about during the week. You know, so it's not just big cap tech. The
yeah. Then maybe obviously there's spots,
big
the
cap
companies are
healthcare.
breaking out.
Where's XLV healthcare? Yeah,
It just
that looks great.
took, yeah,
And it's been in like a sideways market for like 3, 4 years, 2 years.
yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
while. It's been
it's
like
been a while.
three,
So
four
it's like
years.
2, 3 years. Like that could really go. And who's going to benefit from AI? Healthcare. So that's an index. Eventually, FREC is going to have all these indexes where you can direct index these things and take tax, tax carry forwards. That's why I'm really bullish on not just so much indexing, but direct indexing. But unless you get into multiple, you're doing this for your full time job like you do. But at the same time, the markets look really healthy. And the strong US dollar,
Yeah, parts of
my
the
favorite.
market, Howard, yes, the mega caps and a few others among them, but there are also many mid caps, small caps that are looking weak and getting weaker.
Yeah.
But to your point about what could derail this rally, and I think you made a good point that one of the things that could be is taxes or
Well,
new
we're gonna
tax
have to pay
policy.
taxes.
And if you remember a few weeks ago, when the world found out that Berkshire Hathaway has been selling their Apple stake in Q1,
Yeah.
and they asked Buffett, why are you doing that? And his reply was that maybe the taxes that they're going to pay on that sale this year are going to be a lot less than the taxes they would have to pay in the future,
Yeah.
which is very strange coming from amount of a guy who says that the best time to sell is never. Like they tend to hold their positions forever.
Hmm.
And if he's alluding to the fact that maybe in the future politicians would decide that you would have to pay taxes even on unrealized gains, that could be a huge thing, for the market.
Well,
Obviously, this is
yeah.
just
I
speculation.
mean, at that point, you're dealing with the government and I said, those are hard to, like I said, all I can look at is the price action. The fundamentals of the large caps are good. I don't justify trading at 40 times earnings in any world. So I don't know. I mean, their moats are massive, but yeah, it's over my pay grade. And if one,
What's your
pay
take
attention to
on
what he's doing, not what he's saying. If he's actually selling his Apple stock, for a guy who's right more than he's wrong,
Yeah.
Um,
So what's your take on Robinhood? They mentioned that they want to acquire one of those, what it was, Bitstamp, like one of
yeah.
those crypto exchanges.
Well, I talked to other CEOs from other brokerages, right? So I talked to Yoni at eToro about it, and he thought, listen, it's a decline. The Bitstamp itself is not in great shape. It's it's $200 million acquisition. So I'll give you two takes, right? Um, really interesting acquisition for Robinhood internationally because they can just charging people. They have a brand name, and then now they're in the international exchange crypto market, right? London and wherever else they open. So it should be a cash machine for them. So it kind of is telling you what they're thinking, right? They're still thinking degen. They're still thinking trading. They're going where the Schwabs and the um, I guess the Schwabs are not, and the TD Ameritrade, the Schwabs and who else? I guess whoever else is doing, big brands. So
What?
so so they're
Yeah.
they're focused on the degenerate market still, right? Paying high interest rate for people to move over, but so it's working, But live by the sword, die by the sword. If the market turns, I imagine volumes go down, and so it just, to me, technically it looks phenomenal. And you can see all the blue bars over the last, what, like 3, 4 months? It's all
Yeah.
accumulation.
Major accumulation is
Yeah.
already doubled
And everybody
in,
wanted to sell, including like me. All the IPO people are out. Right?
yeah.
Anybody who was in it early and wanted to sell is out. So this is, it feels like there's strong hands in there. But it's not, what is the market cap? 20 billion?
It's 20 billion, and if you compare that to
As I remember
Coinbase,
as
is
a
60.
seed investor, so I think it was 15, 16 billion in 2017. Right. So it's like the stock's still where it was. That's how far people don't remember. That's how crazy prices were in 17, 18. Is that a lot of these companies that have like grown fourfold since then are trading at the same valuation they were in the private markets. So like for me, it's like anybody who wanted out of Robinhood is out. So I think you can see here that like a lot of people are the speculative. This is a great way to play the speculative. If you think the frenzy will continue in the degenerate economy, but Coinbase to me is better
It's
because you
good
have
to,
more accounts. I mean, it's more leverage to the degenerate economy.
you know, it's a
But
much
look at
bigger
the
company, 3 times bigger, $60 billion.
well, look at the bounce off the bottom, right? It's like a seven bagger versus a double. So as a proxy, it's a better run, company
Extremely
because
profitable 2024.
yeah. Is Robinhood profitable? I can't remember.
I think they are already
Yeah.
expected to make money
So
this
rates
and
have
next
helped
year.
them. Yeah. Listen, listen.
Higher
There's no
valuation.
reason.
Yeah.
It looks great. That's my take. It looks great.
Well,
I
to me,
wish
it
it was
seems
more
like
for me.
Robinhood is
Do you
trying to
use it? Are
become.
you using it yet?
I have an account that I used back in the time. I might go back to it. Like currently, I'm not using it. Um, but to me, it seems like Robinhood is trying to become Coinbase before Coinbase can become like Robinhood. Like there's still no platform, no single platform that offers everything really, like a wide variety of crypto trades, just like Coinbase does. Also, um, any types of stock trading. Coinbase doesn't do that. Robinhood does that. Options. So it seems like
Yeah.
Robinhood might be the first platform that could offer
Well,
everything,
they bought a futures firm too. They pull up IBKR, which is still
and also they also have international access. Like,
yeah.
there's so
Well,
many younger
IBKR is
people.
still here. Let me pull up a few other ones before we go, buddy. But anyways, I mean, if you look at semiconductors, I think it's still just about compute data centers, stuff that people just haven't studied. Take a look at CrowdStrike broke out. I'm trying to think of something else that broke out.
Yeah, crowd
Trying
right
to give a
after earnings.
couple. I'm trying to count a couple names that I've talked about. This is the one that looked interesting. CRDO.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like went public during the hellish uh, when no one wanted to go public, right?
Yeah.
Now it's quickly, but no one's heard of this thing. It's profitable. These are where you find the future winners, right? 4 billion market cap. So people should have that on their stream. And what is it? Provide sensitized deserialized high-speed solution for bandwidth barriers. Okay, that's in the data center business, in the compute business. So I haven't done much, it's over my pay grade, but I mean, technically, these are companies that are going to win if the bull market continues. So you want to look at the IPO list of the last few years and see. You can go do that on Koifin, I
Yeah,
think.
there's some interesting companies that are trying to build new bases there, but you're right that anything related to AI,
What's
it's
amazing about
really,
Birkenstock, you just pulled up Birkenstock. What's amazing about Birkenstock is I've seen so many people, I'll say, hey, you're wearing Birkenstock, and they're knockoff Birkenstocks. Yet Birkenstock's the original is breaking. What's the market cap on Birkenstock?
uh, 10 billion.
Oh my goodness, that company's been around forever. That's just an incredible company. It's going to earn, it's not cheap, but yeah, another IPO that wouldn't have thought how are they going to get themselves public? But it's breaking out.
It is
So,
breaking out, it's looking strong, but anything related to AI is really it's really looking good. Like for example, this one, UCTT, it's a semiconductor
yeah.
company. It's definitely um, kind of setting up here for a potential breakout. This is the weekly. If it clears 48, we'll probably see a rally towards
What
60.
do they do? Ultracon manufacturers, gas
And it's
delivery.
semiconductor related.
Okay.
Um, Also another one, HP, Hewlett Packard Enterprises, they offer like AI servers, broke out on stronger than expected earnings. And this is a pretty long base here, Howard. So also one that pay attention. They might start
Yeah.
trending.
And what another biotech that I watch, again, I don't own them, but I watch them, Vertex. This goes to the XLB, but yes,
Yeah.
1,000 people that have traded stocks. And you ask them about this company, they wouldn't know, but what is it, a four bagger off the bottom? What is it's for sure all-time highs, right?
Yeah, seems like it. All-time highs used to be a $10 stock in 2005. Now it's 500.
It's a 50 bagger.
Unbelievable.
Look at Regeneron as well.
Yeah, Regeneron, another one, has been a huge
Huge base.
long-term winner. I mean, look at this. Wow. 5 to 1,000 in
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
NVAX has been a hot one recently. It's kind of doubled
Oh
from
my
their
goodness.
big gap
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So there's winners out there. I think AI, you can
Definitely.
see that AI is going to really, and the opposite side is software itself, software which would carry the last, IGV, which carried the last bull market. I think AI helps a lot different companies. I think it hurts a little bit software companies. You can see since yeah, it's just kind of
Like
treading.
Adobe is one of them that's been getting pretty hard. And if you're reading about, they have a new policy that now they can use any art ever created on their platform, they can use for their AI generator. So any creator that's been on their platform is really leaving because they're basically working for them now if they continue to create there.
Huh.
So this company might be in trouble. Obviously, I'm not sure.
Well, they're
Don't
not
own.
trouble. It's just that, like, again, software valuations. I think AI is going to help other industries that people aren't thinking about. I mean, the biggest tech geeks that I check in on, that I don't really fully understand, like the Bill Gurleys of the world, they're talking about AI and and Michael Parekh, who I read all the time, right? It's really about the data centers, right? Like the speed's coming, and it's like the machines are like running. And so the investment's going to continue in machines. Machines need to be housed, machines need to be powered, machines need to be wired, machines need real
Yeah,
estate. One layer down from owning NVIDIA is owning the stuff that powers NVIDIA, energy, cables, wires, real estate, data
yeah.
centers, right? And then the derivative effects of AI will be in healthcare and biotech, right? The places that bureaucracy won't be able to stop the machines, right? So, um, Yeah, but XLB, I guess, healthcare is probably the better index here.
No.
So
No.
anyway, a lot of ideas. Like, so I agree. Like, I think seeing the rates go up, that immediately affected the small caps, right? So seeing the rates kind of in the micro caps. So the question is, if rates persistently push higher and we start hearing the drumbeat of higher taxes, that'll eventually hit the large caps. But right now, the large caps look good. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
All right, you too, Howard. Bye.
See you, everybody.